show you guys how I make a really good coffee drink at home, because if you're like me and you love coffee but you also don't want to spend, you know, $6, $7, $8 sometimes at coffee shops for a good coffee drink, I have been trying to make more coffee at home and like just play around with different recipes and things like that. So I am someone who likes hot coffee and iced coffee. Usually in the afternoons I go for iced coffees. So I have a drink that I saw the recipe or something similar to this, I think on Pinterest or Instagram, but I thought I would share it with you if you're looking for a good coffee drink to make at home. It's really, really easy to make and has a lot of ingredients you probably already have at home. So the first and most important ingredient for it is the instant coffee, like for your espresso. So I buy the Nescafe Gold instant coffee, and I usually get the blonde roast because I think it just tastes a little smoother. I just keep it in this little jar. But this is where you start. And so in a glass, you're gonna take, for this drink in particular, I use 2 teaspoons. And like I said, this is just for your espresso. So add 2 teaspoons in there. And then you're gonna take half a cup of water. Actually, before you do the water, I'm gonna add the other ingredients first. So I do just a small drizzle of honey. I don't like my coffee really, really sweet. I just like a little sweetness, a little flavor. So you can add more however sweet you like it. I'm just doing a little swirl of honey. That's actually kind of a lot. And then I do brown sugar. I kind of tend to go for more sugar-free things. I know sugar-free things are not always good for you either, but just to save some calories, I use the Splenda brown sugar, and so it's actually sugar-free technically. I do like half a tablespoon, maybe not even half a tablespoon, like a third of a tablespoon, but I think the actual recipe I saw calls for a whole tablespoon. So if you like your coffee sweet, maybe add the whole tablespoon. And then I do a sprinkle of cinnamon. So I add all of that in there into my cup, right on top of the coffee. And like I said, you can add, even after you mix it up, you can add more honey or brown sugar, and it should mix pretty good. So then I add half a cup of water on top of that. And I saved, this is the jar from the Nescafe Espresso that it came in. I actually took the label off and saved it. I saw this idea and I thought it was a really good idea. What I do for this is what I mix it all up with. I'm gonna add a few ice cubes to the jar. And then I'm gonna actually, I should have poured this directly into the jar, but I kind of forgot to do that, which it's okay. It'll still mix up good. Add all of that into your jar, put on the lid, and then shake it up. So this drink, if you've ever had like a shaken espresso drink at Starbucks, this is kind of similar to that. So now it's all mixed up and I can add it back into my cup, but I'm actually gonna add some more ice to my cup. I like a lot of ice personally. Some people don't like a lot of ice, so it's totally up to you. Then you just put that mixture in on top. And then I add Chobani oat milk. I do the 0 sugar unsweetened, so it's not as thick and creamy as the regular oat milk, but it's less calories. Again, I don't like to consume a ton of calories in my drinks. So I add some of that oat milk and then just a tiny splash of half and half. That just helps give it a little bit of creaminess without adding, again, too many calories to your drink. And then you can just stir that up. And I like to add just a little sprinkle of cinnamon on top. Again, that's optional, but it's a really good iced coffee drink that you can make at home with simple ingredients that aren't super expensive. It tastes really, really good, and it's really easy to make. I think the most expensive ingredient is the espresso, and I think it's like $7 or $8, but it'll give you quite a bit that you can use for a lot of drinks. So anyway, if you try out this drink and you like it, let me know. If you have other drinks sort of similar to this that you have tried and made at home, please share. I would love to hear and love to see that. But if I come up with some more concoctions, I'll be sure to share. And if you have a coffee addiction like me, cheers to you. And anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. Remember to spend time with Jesus today, be in his presence, lean into the Holy Spirit, live boldly and courageously in your faith.